guys, David Franklin sitting on Keith Wood's back porch. Keith, God's had you in Bartow County a long time. You're a man of prayer. This past week, you and some other pastors just been praying. And tell us what God's put on a group of people's hearts.
You're right, David. This past week, been praying a lot. We just felt like we just needed to have an old-time call to a prayer time countywide. So what we've asked the churches to do possibly is just to get together this coming Sunday when y'all get together, and when every church in the county gets together, is to have a specific time just to pray for our county and for the sicknesses and the illnesses that are going through our county, and pray for other things as well. We're on the verge of a great awakening and things of that nature, so that's what we want to do.
But Keith, specifically praying for COVID.
Oh, yes.
Every one of our churches, I mean, I'm talking about from the ministers all the way down, we've seen just COVID has had a huge impact on our churches. So we're putting out a call to prayer specifically that God would just stop this scourge that's going across our county right now. And it's in our schools, it's every place.
That's exactly right. So what we did was we approached 2 radio stations in the county, and they have given us time. So we can going to have some pastors to pray over the air in each of those radio stations and pray for things like hospitalizations, the staffs, nursing homes, the seniors, and things of this nature, and divine protection and healing for peoples and churches, regardless of whoever they may be, or even where they may be, because the radio stations go carry it a long ways. And we're going to have some people that pray on the inside of the radio station. And what we'd love to have is folks from various churches, regardless of the denomination, gather on the outside of the radio station, and as they're praying on the inside, going out over the airways, and we can all be praying on the outside in agreement with that. Because I think there's power in corporate prayer, and this is what we have to do. We just feel like we just need to get together and deal with this thing on a spiritual basis.
And plead with God. So everybody, Sunday morning, whenever they do a church service, every pastor is asked, lead it in your own way. I mean, it's not like there's a prescription. It's each church, pastor leads his church to spend some time during the service praying. If you want to make it the sermon, that's fine. But sometime during the church crying out to God, so that all across Bartow County there's one cry that it goes up to heaven. And then at 2 o'clock, radio stations, and it'll be on the email that I send you and all that kind of stuff. But together at those 2 parking lots at 2 o'clock from 2 to 3, ministers will be praying, things like that. People can come. And Keith, that's not very complicated, but we just sense there's God is waiting to hear some people cry out to Him.
Yes, David, we're called to be co-laborers with the Father, and so that's what we want to be. And the other thing is, once again, in Bartow County, we get an opportunity to lead other counties and other areas via radio in the same prayer for this. And so this is what we want to do, be the men of God and women of God that God's called us to be.
And guys, I know this is short notice, but if you can, work it into your service on Sunday and ask the people to cry out to God in a unified corporate prayer. And then Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, ministers praying on the inside, going across the airways. People are invited to come to the outside. So listen, that's not very complicated. So here's just what God's laid on some folks' heart, and we're just trying to respond to God in obedience, because we love Him.
In obedience to prayer.
And we believe God wants to do something to bring honor and glory to Himself.
That's the truth.
Listen, give prayerful consideration about how you can be involved this coming Sunday. God bless you.